Where'd you get that? Is that a stat sheet?
Yeah, here you go.
I'll buy that from you.
Yeah.
I promise I'll give it back. That way I at least know what I'm talking about just a little bit. Well, once again, I'm sure TV loves us. It was a good win by the team. As we all know, coming up here and playing is never really easy. I thought that Coach Rhodes and their staff and their team had a great game plan in all three phases, and I think their players played really hard. I would like to give them credit. I said this earlier in the week, and I'll say it again. Coach Rhodes is a great example of sometimes a coach's record doesn't always indicate the success that they're having. And they're maximizing what they are. And when you come up here, if you don't get into a rhythm early, you're going to be in a battle like this a number of times. So our guys obviously battled back, and very proud of the way that they continued to play. I thought our coaches made really good adjustments once again at halftime. I wish we would have started the game that way, but it didn't work out. And defense rallied, got some stops in the second half. I had mentioned to the team that they were tremendous on the 3rd and 1 and the 4th and 1. I made a mistake in the way we handled that last situation. We should have run our offense, and we didn't. And so I felt really bad about that, and that was my fault. But anyway, we got out of here with a win, and I was not happy about that. But then we were able to make a big play there at the end of the game. I think Stearns is the one that got the interception. The ball was thrown in the area, and he was able to break on it and then catch it and secure it. You got to do all of it. So sometimes in college football, well, not sometimes, a lot, in a long season, you're going to have games where you don't play as hard as we should have, in my opinion, from the start. We talked about it. We coached it. We had a good week of preparation. The players were focused. We just didn't start with as much energy that we needed to, and I wish I knew why. But they were able to finish. So I thought Mason had an excellent game. I thought he was composed. I thought he set the pocket. He was able to find some check down receivers. He was able to scramble. They played really high and over the top, defending deep balls, and so he was able to use the intermediate passing game. I was really pleased with our running game. It's the first time I've been able to say that this year. I thought that 32 ran the ball well. I thought we blocked up front better than we had blocked pretty much the entire season. And we were able to get 150-something yards of legitimate rushing yards. So we made some strides in that area. We still have a lot of work ahead of us. But it's nice to be in the situation we're in. And I can't say enough about the coaching staff. I can't say enough about the team and the way they just continue to play and found a way to get it done in the end of the game.
Was there ever a point where you just like, man, this just may not be our day?
No, we just kept trusting in one another. Everybody on the sideline was very encouraging, and you got to keep playing to the last second. So, till the scoreboard says 0, you can't do anything else. But we kept fighting, and I believe that's why we came out on top today.
But I mean, Gundy chooses his words very carefully. Emmanuel chose his words very carefully. What would Jordan Stearns' message to the committee members be before they vote again on Tuesday about Oklahoma State, on behalf of Oklahoma State?
On behalf, I would just say keep watching. Let's keep. We still got to prove ourselves. I understand. They're doing their job, and we got to keep doing ours, keep winning games. And keep staying in the picture. As long as we do that, we got to be in the discussion. So that's all we got to control what we can control.
The committee's been down on Big 12 defenses.
Okay.
Do you want the second half to be the statement for the defense?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just how we played together throughout the whole season as a defense. It hasn't always been the prettiest, but we've always found a way to create turnovers, create scoring opportunities for our offense, and we didn't do that necessarily tonight, but I think we came up big in the second half, and when we had to make a play, we did.
Why do you think you guys have been able to make those plays, and in particular that interception to seal it there?
Oh man, that's just hard work. How hard we work in practice. We're constantly going in practice, it's not easy, but you know, it's a great. You know, a lot of people don't like to practice, and it's not many guys in our locker room that I see, you know, with that mentality. Everybody's ready to practice and get better, and you know that shows in the game. That reflects itself when we win on Saturdays.
Several of your teammates have gotten big takeaways lately to kind of clinch victories. Trey got one, and Whitener got one. And so were you just kind of figuring it was your turn?
Man, I was
step
just
in front of the throw and pick it off.
Well, man, I fell short a couple times having picks. That's my first one in like 20-something games or something like that. So, man, it definitely felt great, man. Just blessed to finally be able to make a play for the defense like that.
Were you guys knocked off balance at all by how physical Iowa State was
We
right
knew,
out of the gate?
we knew their whole line was pretty physical. We know they had their quarterback was a tough dude, which, you know, he showed he was trying to run everybody over, man. So ups to both of them. And, you know, like I said, their O-line, their running back's a great runner. Man, and they just got a bunch of upside to them, man. Great team.
It really applied to life and becoming a better man. And it puts everything into perspective. And I really enjoy it, and it really makes everybody more rounded as a person instead of just being a football player.
Just kind of like get the clutter out of the way in a little bit, like late in the week and stuff.
Yeah.
What was the message? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
What was the message this week, or what was the gist of before the Iowa State game?
It was about accountability.
Okay. How do you think that applied? Sort of.
It applies everywhere in life. Like if you don't do what you need to do, you're gonna let somebody down. You're gonna let yourself down, and especially with football, like if you don't do your job, someone's gonna score, or you're not gonna score. Everybody has to be accountable and do their jobs, and it applies everywhere in life.
How much juice did you have today? I hear you were sick this week.
It was rough, but I did what I had to do.
Well, and you made some big stops. The fourth down stop, obviously, one that you'll probably cherish a little bit.
Yeah, and it's not really me. It's the whole defense. If he didn't bounce outside, then that would have been my play. That would have been somebody else's. It's just the whole defense working together as a unit, and we're one. So that's what it is.
What was different first half, second half this time?
We came out flat, which is inexcusable because we can't do that. You see how bad we can be in the first half. We don't come out with energy. In the second half we came out with some juice, and that's what you have to do.
How mad do you get, not yourself personally, but just as a unit, how mad are you and you go into the locker room and you think, hey, we didn't come out ready to go?
It's more just a disappointment, but we know that we have another half to come out and do what we need to do and figure it out. And so that's what it ends up being. It's just we understand what we didn't do and what we have to do better.
When either the offense or defense seems like if they have a rough first half, it seems like the right adjustments have been made almost every time this season. What's going on in there?
Coaching staff's awesome. That's all. That's all it is. Our coaching staff, they understand what we need to do. They understand our assignments, and it's just everything. It's just they're a really good coaching staff.
JW was talking about after they scored the go-ahead, he went and talked to a bunch of defensive players.
Oh, yeah, he was running around screaming.
Yeah. Is that pretty typical of him?
Yeah. You should see him at the house. He screams all the time. We're playing Mads and stuff. It's funny.
Thanks.
This year, is that just something that compounds on itself? Just the belief sort of just builds on itself.
You can see from week in and week out the amount of people who just when we're down, the amount of more people that actually you can see it in their eyes that they believe we're going to win the game. Like there was not on the sideline today that there was not a doubt in anybody's mind. You could see it in everybody's eyes. Everybody bought in. Everybody was upbeat the whole time, and we just stuck with it, stayed the course, and played our game, and came out on top.
It's just easy. It gets easier to think that way, I guess,
with
each time, or no?
It doesn't get easier. It's just, we're programmed that way now. We've been through this, and we've been through it multiple times, and to have that experience is just helping us to continue to win these football games.
I saw you going up and down with the defensive players there after you guys took the lead, giving them a good message to go out and get a stop. What was that? Or is that something you always do?
I do it every once in a while, and I told them that after we scored and took the lead, I told them, look, we're winning this football game. We're going home. We're going back to Stillwater 10-0. So get your mind right and go make a stop because we're going home 10-0. That's what I told them.
What kind of opportunity do you think you guys have over the next couple of weeks?
next week we have the opportunity to play Baylor at home and have a big home game. So,
how hard is it to keep it 1 week at a time when?
It's not hard. It's, we're Coach Gundy and all the coaches and everybody that's involved in our organization. They keep us grounded, and then the leaders, we trickle it down to the players. And you almost never hear anybody talk about playoffs, or nobody talks about the next week or whatever it is. We're definitely a 1 week at a time team, and we're just mature enough to handle it.
What about all you're the only team in the country that's come back from 17 down twice. I think you've been down in the second half 5 times this year and come back and won. What is it about this team where you guys make the plays down the stretch to win?
We're relentless. We don't give in to towards the end of the games. Most of these teams probably would give in and say, okay, we took the L on this one, but nobody on our football team believes that. We've bought into each other, and we're just gonna fight to the very end. And at this point now, we believe if we're anywhere near close in the game at the end, we're gonna win it. And we've proven that, we've shown that, and we're just gonna continue to find a way to win each week.
You were one of the few guys that were here in 2011, JW. Was there at any point in this game where you started thinking, oh no, not this again?
Never.
Why?
Why? Because I believe in our football team. I trust our guys to make plays. We've proven week in, week out that we're going to do it, and not one time in my mind did I think, it was, we had our foot on the gas, and we were ready to make a comeback and win the football game.
Notice you're kind of limping around the first half. You come out in the second half, get those 2 touchdowns. What kind of pushed you through that, and how you doing, I guess?
I'm doing good. Everything feels good. Limping to maybe toy with the defense a little bit.